Hi everyone, I'm so happy to be speaking to you today via this virtual message. We did not have technology like this when I was at Wake Forest. In fact, just last week I learned how to Zoom with my best girlfriends from Wake. When I was growing up, Zoom was a popular TV show on Channel 11, one of 6 stations offered provided you had the right antenna. Times sure have changed, but the people have not. My Wake friends continue to be my biggest support system. I knew the second that I stepped foot on the Wake Forest campus that was the only place for me. The way that they embraced my dad made me feel so special and actually made me feel like he was on campus with me. I have such fond memories of participating in the Brian Piccolo Fun Drive from my days at Wake. I remember watching Brian's song on Mag Patio with my best girlfriends and passing a giant beach towel back and forth so we could dry our tears, and helping to plan Battle of the Bands with the Fidels. While the events may have changed, the goal certainly has not: to raise money for cancer research and treatment. What could be better? My dad's legacy sure is a crazy one. From the time he was little, he loved sports and he played them all. He was constantly having to prove people wrong, people who told him he was too small, too slow, not good enough. He used this as motivation to get better in every aspect of his life. When he was in high school, one of his best friends was being recruited by Wake Forest to play, and the coach from his high school told the coach at Wake, "You cannot have Bill if you don't take Brian too." Boy, were they glad they did. Who would have ever guessed he'd lead the nation in rushing and scoring his senior year? Wake really was glad they took a chance on him. My dad's dream was finally realized when he started playing football for the Chicago Bears. And as you know, that dream was tragically cut short at the young age of 26 when he lost his battle with cancer. Ironically, his legacy really begins here. Many of you are familiar with the movie about my dad, but what you don't realize is it was actually based on a book about his crazy life and football career. He and Gail Sayers broke down barriers when they became the first black and white roommates in the NFL. They showed the world that not only could black and white people work together, but they could live together in harmony. This was quite a lesson for the 1960s. When my dad died, we started the Brian Piccolo Fun Drive here in Chicago, and that is going strong today. We have 2 endowed chairs in his name, one at Rush University Medical Center here in Chicago, and one at Memorial Sloan Kettering in New York where my dad was treated. The Bears have also honored my dad by retiring his number 41, something that has never been done for somebody that wasn't considered a Hall of Famer. And every year they honor both the rookie and veteran players that they feel best exemplify the characteristics of my dad: courage, loyalty, teamwork, dedication, sense of humor. All the qualities that mean so much when you're talking about a person. And Wake Forest is in a class all by itself. Besides the physical reminders on campus daily of my dad, the way that you continue to embrace him and keep his legacy alive is something that is so meaningful and you all should be so proud of. I've always been impressed that the Fun Drive is 100% student driven. And you have managed to raise millions of dollars for cancer research since its inception. All I can say is wow. I happened to be on campus to accept the very first check with my mom all those years ago. And while the amount was nowhere near what you've managed to raise today, I can tell you it was no less meaningful. So much has been accomplished in his name over the last 40 years, and you all should applaud yourselves for that. As we move forward, I have noticed that the current generation is not nearly as familiar with my dad and his legacy. Continuing to hold events like Wake and Shake, which is 15 years strong, helped to keep his memory and his legacy alive for future generations. I cannot tell you how proud that makes me. This June will mark 50 years since my dad left us. So let's continue to honor him in a way that would make him so proud, by not only raising money for cancer research, but by keeping hope alive for those of us who are battling this terrible disease. In closing, I'd like to quote the movie Brian's song, something that I really think sums him up so well. When they think of him, it's not how he died that they remember, but rather how he lived, how he did live. Let's keep dancing, my demon deacons. I'm sending you so much love and hugs from Chicago. Let's get this done. Go Deeks!